So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this throw will be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 66 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A first down carry here for Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
He's going to get it running right. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now, Barney! Detroit!
Back to throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gun! Hot! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Rush it! Gun! Kill, turn up!
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Detroit! Over!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 68 yards.
Richmond. Reset.
On 1st and 10, Watson completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Watson. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a handoff, Johnson. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Third and long. It's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They start on the ground with Geis. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Green 39. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hey, check mark 33. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch a slap, watch a slap. Over, 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 over! Hot!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Hurry up, here we go!
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he fires one, but incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Matt Ioannidis coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Here's Watson now on second down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on third and long. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Gun! 50 wants to fight! 50 wants to fight! Let's go! Gun! That's me! Watch him now, Barney! Over! Hot!
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Detroit! Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Alert flow. Gun! Check Mike 33. Watch him now, Barney! Over!
Back to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on it.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. Will Fuller. Nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 88 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Gone! Gone! Over! Gone!
Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Target!
Watson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Throwing again is Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit. Over, 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 over.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, 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 over. Check 26, check 26. Over, 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 over.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Down. Green 39. Green 39.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Come back. Richmond. 54. Here we go. Tiger.
To throw on second is Watson. Flushed out right. Finding some room at midfield. On the crossing route, complete. It's Fuller. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.